Right. Yeah.
Right. So on to the next thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna serve wings or ranch, I don't want to do business with you. I get up and leave. You know how we get the wings. It's either blue cheese or wings to go from wings.
That's right. Never mind who you thought it was. This is the Buffalluminati Podcast, your keeper of Buffalo's secrets. We got a great episode for you today, but first, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media. I'm your host, Jake, and joining me as always, my buddy Jeff. How you doing, man?
Doing great as always, man. Love coming here and open up some of Buffalo's secrets. And like my man said, hit all the socials, but not Twitter.
Yeah, not Twitter. We don't do that. Or X, whatever they want to call it. I don't care.
I guess it's Twitter.
Yeah. So
it's called Twitter.
Today I want to start off with just kind of a little bit of gushing, my own little love letter like we did a couple months ago. But this weekend in Buffalo was just absolutely insane in the best possible way. So I was mixing for a band out at Porch Fest down there in the Elmwood Village. And I haven't been in a number of years, but the people that are there yearly, like the band that I was mixing and the property owner who we were playing at, they're saying like this is probably one of the biggest events they've had at least since the pandemic. But I mean, we were on Bidwell, and that street was packed with people watching this band to the point where traffic couldn't get through. They kept having to like open up to get like traffic through. And it was just absolutely insane. It was such a beautiful day. And that wasn't even the only thing going on. Down here in Hamburg, there was a music festival that was absolutely huge. I had some friends go. They said they had an amazing time. Strictly Hip was there. They closed out the night. So, I mean, just greatness. ESW, Empire State Wrestling, our local indie promotion. If you haven't seen it, go check them out. It's a great time. But they did a show this weekend. They're one of their big shows down in Riverworks there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the biggest news of all, Jeff, and what we're probably going to talk about a little bit here, the Buffalo Bandits are your 2023 NLL champions, and that also makes them back-to-back NLL champions, the 2 times. They haven't had that since the 92 and 93 seasons. They were back-to-back champions. And there's only, I think, 7 or 8 teams that actually hold that title of back-to-back, but Buffalo Bandits did it again, and I was so happy to be able to actually catch it on TV. I didn't know that it was going to be on TV until I was scrolling through and flipped on. And I actually saw, once I looked it up, that they stream all their home games on, it was actually starting this past season, but they stream them all on WNLO. So you can check them out. And I'm definitely going to do that next season because just watching those 2 nights of that action it's good to have a sport that we have a good team at, like a dominant team. And not that the Bills aren't good right now or the Sabres. We're both pretty close to, getting there. But to have a championship team that you can watch, it's nice.
Yeah. I remember them being pretty dominant a little while ago, probably, 10 years or so ago now. But I know we won another championship in there somewhere. But yeah, it was super cool to watch. I got to watch a little bit of that too, and to watch lacrosse in general, it's just like such a different sport. It's very fast paced. It's kind of violent. Things that a lay person like myself watching it think are penalties are not penalties.
Yeah,
Let the boys play. Let them whack him. Let them whack a dude in his head with the stick. It's fine. Keep it going. I mean, but it's exciting to watch. And
right.
I mean, I don't know if these are high scoring games. They seem like high scoring games to me, but maybe not in lacrosse. But
I think that you get around like that's an average to high. I'm also not a lacrosse expert, but after watching these two games, like I really want to get into being able to watch it. I mean, we've been to a couple games before in the past, and it's always good to go to. I actually did try to get the one here, but the tickets prices were like $200 for the hockey arena, and I was like, I can't. That was great to see that there's like even a small league like that, and then they sold it out.
Yep.
Over 19,000 fans packed out. What do we call it now? I don't even remember.
Isn't it KeyBank?
KeyBank Center. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had First Niagara and Marine Midland in my head, and I was like, neither of those are correct.
That might be the first sellout that we've had in a while there.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it was great to see on TV, you know, even when I believe it was the night before when they were in Albany, we had a huge section of Bandits fans like packed out. And so it was just good to see the representation, especially like the sellout crowd for such a great event. You know, 2-time champions, that's getting raised up in the rafters of KeyBank Center. And I couldn't be more proud of this team representing Buffalo, man. And also, I just want to shout out, I know we're not that kind of podcast, but just like the 3 stars of the game. First off, Dane Smith, who's been with us for years. I think they said 12 years now, if I'm not mistaken. Or 10 years since 2013. Okay. But, you know, star player, I know that in game 1, they said that he had a hand in 11 of the first 12 goals that were scored for Buffalo, whether it be directly scoring the goal or providing the assist and getting the assist points on that. It does work a lot like hockey for those of you that follow hockey stats. So just great. And then Matt Vince, our goaltender, he's actually been playing professionally since 2006. And he's been with us since 2019. But there was a lot of talk of him retiring this year. But maybe not if he's got to go now back to defend the championship and maybe hit the three-peat, which has only been done once in the NLL by the Rochester. I don't care what their name is. It's all about the Bandits, the champions.
Wow.
I think it's the Nighthawks.
Top-notch journalism, folks. That sounds right. Nighthawks.
I think it's the Nighthawks.
Yeah.
It just says Rochester and then in parentheses original. So I don't know what that means.
The original Rochester Nighthawks.
Yeah. Yo, geez. And then, of course, also shout out to the NLL MVP, Josh Byrne, with the most goals. And I got to be honest, he was fun to watch, you know, not being super familiar and trying to attach to these. Like, these are the 3 guys that I at least attached to because they were kind of our top stars of the game. And there were others. I don't want to discredit anybody on a championship team, but, you know, we got to at least shout out the MVP. And just watching these guys, like you said, it's such a different sport in that everything looks familiar, but then the rules and some of the things, like, to me, it's almost like hockey, but faster. Or at least,
hockey is pretty fast. Yeah,
exactly. And and I don't know if it's just faster or it's the fact that, like, you know, the movement is way different. You know, you can change directions, you can pivot on a moment's notice, like it's basketball or like soccer or something. But then you got like that hockey style of play and setup of your men and trying to score the goal. And I don't know. It's just, it is a very interesting thing to watch, and I'm glad that it was televised. So thank you to whoever made that happen.
Yeah. A little tidbit you missed, so Josh Byrne, also Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
As well as MVP, so that's pretty impressive, I think. I don't know. Like,
Right.
not a huge NLO fan, but I think that's going to change for a lot of people in the Buffalo area.
Right. Exactly. Because, I mean, it's already been pretty big. Like, the people that are, are Bandits fans in this area, about it. Like, they'll tell you. And they love going to games and try to get you. My brother goes to a lot of games, and he's like, you guys got to come out. And boy, do I want to.
The people
now.
who are fans are loud fans for sure.
Yes.
They're
they're
fans.
Buffalo fans, and it's great to see
Yeah.
like that we have that representation, not just for our major leagues. Not that this isn't a major league, but like the popular leagues, the pop culture leagues, if you want,
Yeah. It's just another kind of unique thing, part of the culture that Buffalo has that a lot of places don't. With our, like our Native American heritage in the area, things like that.
Right.
Obviously allow us to probably excel and be good at things like lacrosse.
Right, because it is like every high school or most high schools in the area do have a lacrosse team. So, and I know that it obviously has blown up in the 2000s in general, but
right
as a sport.
And we wouldn't have one at all, probably if not for that history. So
exactly, and so just great to see.
Pretty cool, yeah. Just more Buffalo love.
Absolutely.
More to Buffalo love.
And I actually do have just two more quick updates before we move on to the sad update. Grisanti, we covered him in our Grand Theft Buffalo episode. I still loved that episode. That was so much fun. Thank you for taking over on that one.
Hey man, if we can just start watching true crime videos, this channel might take off.
I'm still trying to get us to do that cops episode. I know we have it recorded, but I'm still trying to get a hold of our special guest. He is very elusive from what I've come to find out. But I mean, if I was retired, I'd want to be elusive too. I would want to be found. So,
especially from that field.
Right. Yeah. Especially in law enforcement. You don't need to know where I am. So updates on that as they happen. But Grisanti, as we said in the last episode, he was censured, not fired. But I read an article the other day. I'll post it a little bit up here that Hochul actually has the final say whether or not he returns to the bench. His term ran out, I guess, last July. Oh, here we go. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Recording this. Are you frozen again?
No.
Oh, okay. You were just very stoic. Your eyes weren't even moving. That's what I usually go to look at. Yeah, like that. All right, Jeff. So we got 2 updates today. The first is about our friend Albert.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I think this new story came out last week. I'll put it up here so everybody can see. But Albert is on his way, or actually I shouldn't say on his way. He is currently in, I believe it's Galveston, Texas, in the Gator Country theme park and sanctuary. And as horrible as that sounds, from the looks of it, it is like one of the premier gator sanctuary and rehab facilities in the country. So I'm hoping that the theme park is like a separate, it's not like SeaWorld.
Right.
Come
look at our blind alligator.
Yeah, and maybe that's what funds the actual sanctuary, because obviously that's something expensive to do, and it's not really a money driver unless you get donations, or maybe if you just have a theme park next door. But the owner there said that he came in very rough shape. He was overweight, but also malnourished. He had some spinal issues due to a lack of proper nutrition. There's certain chemicals that alligators need to be healthy, just like we do, and he wasn't getting those exactly, which were causing some issues. And that also, like you had alluded to, that he is blind. He also said that sadly, Albert may not have long left, but they are doing everything they can to make his time as comfortable as possible and get him in a healthier place while they do that, so that hopefully he does live as long as possible. And on the other side of the coin, I told you before we came on about the... I just saw one of the Albert yard signs in the trash. I think after this news came out, some people may have lost some hope. But we didn't cover the fact that because this happened after we aired the Albert episode, but there was a 400 people fundraiser down in the village at the VFW, and $10,000 was raised for legal fees for Tony to try and get back Albert, though at this time I don't see that happening, unfortunately for Tony, but hopefully, like we said, Albert gets the care that he needs and that Tony can at least visit. There's also 170,000 signatures on the petition to get Albert home, and like I said, shirts and signs have been up all over the place, but I did see that one in the trash, so yeah.
So I don't know. I hope Gator World's good. It sounds more like it would be a bar in Florida dedicated to the college team, but yeah, hopefully they're not like Joe Exotic and
right. I from the looks of it, it's not a Tiger King situation, but as we found out with Tiger King, looks can be deceiving. Or that other guy that was in that documentary, and then they made a separate one about him, and he was like a creepy dude that preyed on teenagers.
If you just showed me a picture of Joe Exotic and said, this dude runs a tiger sanctuary, I'd be like, those tigers are in trouble.
You know, you're right there. That is the whole reason that show took off.
Show me a picture of the owner of Gator World so that I know that Albert's safe.
I will look that up right now for you. Gator Country is in Beaumont, Texas, by the way, not Galveston. Just to clarify there. And actually, just based on the Google pictures, it looks like a legit theme park with like real roller coasters and a water park and stuff. I'm gonna let you be the judge on these individuals.
I'm already seeing
the Gator Saver show.
It's not. Yes.
Okay, because they do have a show on Earth X TV where they rescue gators, but they're rescuing the gators. It's not like Tiger King, where it's like.
But I'm gonna be. But look at this guy. He looks an awful lot like our buddy Joe, doesn't he?
He doesn't look as he doesn't look as exotic as Joe Exotic.
No.
But he does have that guy in a cowboy hat in the background that looks like Bert Kreischer. With a ponytail. Gonna wrestle me some gators.
Okay, wait, you're sitting up close, but okay, hold on. No, he's all right. He's all right.
I was gonna say, he looks like a guy that's capable of wrestling a gator.
He's got kind eyes.
Yeah.
It's all in, but it's hard to tell on the ones where he's outside and he's all squinting and he's all bulky. He just looks looks like a bounty hunter.
He does, yeah. Well, he's a gator hunter, so not hunter. He saves them. He's a gator saver.
Gator saver.
I'm sure that requires quite a bit of muscle, being that these things are just prehistoric killing machines. There's
one thing that true crime has taught me: it's all in the eyes. It's always in the eyes. Every time they show you the person who did it, it's like you could see it in their eyes that
A
they're
little bit,
capable
yeah.
of doing something like that.
And also, shout out, you know what? These guys are winning me over because two of the photos on Google when I bring it up are of their parking lot. They have those covered parking spaces where there's like a shelter over it, like a canopy, like at a gas station. But then the top is solar panels.
These guys.
So not only is your car staying cool, but they're at least partially powering the park or the sanctuary with solar power. So, hey, good on these guys.
Saving gators and saving the planet.
Right. And you get to go to a water park. It looks like they got a sick-ass roller coaster there.
It is kind of, I don't know if it's funny. It's a little uncomfortable seeing these gators like arrested like humans. They got their front and their back legs stretched back and taped up.
Yeah, the little hog tie, but
Yeah. It's a little uncomfortable, but I'm sure they know what they're doing.
yeah, you know what? This guy, he at least gets my tentative seal of approval on this. It looks like everything that's going on is. Oh yeah, here's a picture of the sanctuary. It's a bunch of gators hanging out. It just looks like a regular swamp.
He just also looks like he's the type of guy to be like, "Oh, we love gators. Here, look at this one. Quack, quack, quack." You know what I mean? Like you see on like the animal TV shows.
Loves alligators, but also has a pair of alligator skin boots.
Just like, you know, when they're so comfortable with nature, like to you, you're like, "Oh, you're hurting that animal."
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
true.
They're
yeah.
probably not, but because they know more about it than I do. But
Sitting there kick flipping the gator.
yeah, like this doesn't hurt them at all.
Yeah.
Quack, quack.
I mean, when you consider these things are dinosaurs and they are like, you know, for their size, I mean, well, they are bigger than humans if you count from, you know, nose to tail. But like, yeah, these things are. I don't think it's the equivalent of if you were to do that to a human, they'd be as busted up. But also, they're trying to kill you. They're trying to defend themselves. So you got to kind of do what you got to do, especially if it's for their safety. You know, you got to get them out of a danger. Like, they can't survive in pools with all the chemicals and that garbage. So, and they look comfortable, at least here in this one picture that I got. So, all right, Jeff. So, final update. Unfortunately, I just saw last week that the world lost veteran actor Dabney Coleman. And if you don't know who that is, shame on you. Television actor for many years. He did movies as well, but he was really known in the television field. And also kind of friend of the show because we covered him before in one of our Buffalluminati episodes because he is the title character in the show Buffalo Bill, which is the sitcom from NBC from the 80s based around talk show host named Bill from Buffalo, New York. And so I thought, you know, with that unfortunate news of his passing that we should, you know, give him another shout out and watch another episode of Buffalo Bill because it's been a while since we watched one. Catch up and see what's going on.
For sure. Kind of devastating news. I didn't know a lot about him until we watched that first episode. But
right. When I found out he was the principal in Recess, that was a big one for me.
That made sense. He kind of looks just like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's probably a bigger star than we realize. So I'd like to go back and watch more of his stuff because he's.
Yeah, this wasn't the only. He was in bigger TV shows. I had his IMDb up until we computer froze here, but no, he was in a lot of big TV shows and like you said, very well respected and liked more than we know because he wasn't huge in our time. He was more of a 70s and 80s guy. You know, he did Recess, which was a big part of our childhood as voiceover work. We didn't, you know, put face to voice, but and then he's largely, I think, been quiet. I don't know if he's really done anything fairly recently. He was 92, so
Jeez.
I think you can let the man retire after such an illustrious career. But we thank him for representing Buffalo for us. That's awesome.
Yeah, he did a great job at that too.
Right.
I
Well,
enjoyed it.
let's see. Yeah, let's see if it continues. So, like we were talking about too before we started recording here, this episode is rated 10 out of 10, whereas the pilot episode that we watched was only a 4. So, I'm hoping that this one is even better because I did rather enjoy the pilot despite it having lower ratings.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put a 4 on that. I thought that was pretty decent.
Yeah. So,
They probably it was too many Buffalo references for the mainstream. They were like, this show.
right now it's going to be probably more sitcom and like Bruce Almighty Buffalo in the background.
Yeah.
But we'll see what
Let's hope
happens. Yeah. All right. You ready, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
One of those like 80s, way too long intros. I love it because it's got so much Buffalo coverage in it, but
the intro tells the story.
exactly, yeah. Everything you need to know.
It illustrates, it tells you a lot about the character.
Which is even more impressive since it's an instrumental. It doesn't even have lyrics like Golden Girls or something.
So, the trick is to just mince up the garlic real fine, huh?
It's no trick. It's a real.
Well, no, I don't mean trick per se. I just mean that I sense that's the secret to a successful sauce.
I don't know about that. That's just the way you do it. You got to know garlic. You got to know sauce.
No, but I notice you're mincing it up very, very fine.
You got to mince it up real fine. Otherwise, you got to know sauce. Get Mr. Vineyard stubble.
Hey, man, now don't you be pushing me.
I don't need any more makeup.
The man told me to be covering your beard.
The man be wrong.
Then jump on the man, Jim. Don't be jumping on me.
Go.
Ain't my idea to powder your face.
I know.
How would you like it if somebody told you to touch me up and I started smacking you around? Damn straight you wouldn't like it.
Bill, in 5, 4, 3, 2.
And we're back.
Don't expect me to like it.
What a thrill having you here today with us.
Last guy that tried it got cut pretty good.
Oh.
Buffalo themes all over the place.
Yep.
Antifreeze. Sweetheart, we're going to get a major tune-up, okay? Okay, I'll see you soon. All right, but McDonald's will be fine. Arby's, swell. Okay, bye-bye.
Arby's is swell.
Captain's Toyota.
You say so.
No, Carl, I'm talking.
They got good milkshakes.
Will you please forget
That
about
good
your
burger
problems
meal.
and give me 5 minutes of your time?
With the Angus beef and the burger and the milkshake, the crinkle cut French fries.
The guests.
What about the guests?
They
It's
stink.
super expensive.
You've got to give me some decent guests. The makeup guy.
Nudell, he's a character, isn't he?
Get rid of him.
Oh,
I don't think we can do that.
Why not?
Yeah?
not gonna look good there, Bill.
Hi.
The whole thing stinks. I don't like any
Well,
part.
Mr. Wilkinson said that he thought the idea of a female co-host give the whole show a real shot in the arm.
Carl, please. If there's anybody in the world who understands the sensitivity of women, it's me, man. You're looking at the man right here. I don't want some stupid broad sitting up there with me shooting her mouth off.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Yep.
Wilkinson says
There it
this
goes.
gal's one of those
Yep.
Excuse me.
This,
I wish to
Mr.
say that
Sensitivity.
man wasn't common in Buffalo, but
Mr. Sensitivity.
yeah, I've seen it.
Start, Carl.
starts Tuesday,
Oh, Lord.
10 o'clock.
Hey man, that's not Buffalo. That's TV, baby.
Say hi to the kids.
Yeah, there's some pretty ignorant middle-aged men and women out there.
Oh, Miss Killian.
He's not here, Woody. I was just waiting.
Oh, the ignorant people of all age.
Oh, need any extra spaghetti?
No.
Yes.
No. Thank
Me
Yeah.
and the missus can only eat so much. As it is, we'll have to feed most of it to the goats.
you. No. Thank you.
Okay. This is Mr. Biddinger's share.
And if there are
Oh, I don't think
meatballs
you'll
in
want
there,
it either. He's taking me out to dinner.
He freezes it.
What'd you say?
said, and if there are meatballs in there,
Mr.
Oh,
Bittersweet?
over.
Well, I think Bill is a wonderful man.
Yes, he's fascinating.
He's very attractive, too, isn't he?
He has his good days and bad days.
He's a lot older than I am, isn't he?
A lot older.
He's so
You had to
generous,
ask.
gracious.
This is Bill Bittinger we're talking about. Because there are other Bills at the station.
No, it's Bill Bittinger. You know him pretty well, don't you?
Well, I've worked with him for about 2.5 years, and I have spent a certain amount of time with him. Actually, I don't know him at all.
See? All this hating the whole time. And the pilot sleeping with other guys. Just to spite him.
Yeah.
He might be a nice gentleman. She don't have to sleep with him. She don't have to be with him. She's not obligated. She may
That's
have
right, Jeff.
misunderstood my boy.
How could you let this happen?
It's not me. I'm an employee. It's Wilkinson, whose name is on all of our paychecks. Isn't the soup delicious?
Yeah.
Childish.
Carl, stop whining like a baby.
I thought he was going to say a different B word.
Shub, Mr. Bittinger, Miss White, this is Miss Pamela Brooks.
Oh, hi. How are you?
It's a pleasure to meet
all of
I'll get some paper
The
towels.
pleasure's all. Please excuse our appearance here.
The boys are just having their Monday afternoon food fight.
A little sloppy.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
I'd really like to thank you for this. This is so nice.
Oh, won't you have a seat?
I think I'll just stand.
What's the matter? You don't like sitting in soup?
So, you're Bill Bittinger.
No, I'm guilty.
You must hate me.
Excuse me?
Oh, I mean, who am I? I'm just this actress / model. Boy, I mean, I would hate me if I were you.
No, not at all.
Is this Anchorman?
Don't.
Even the white suit.
How could I hate you when I don't even know you?
Well, let's hope we can remedy
It does look like Christina Applegate from Anchorman.
Did Anchorman and Bruce Almighty take inspiration from Buffalo Bill?
Woody will show you.
You know, you asked that last time, and it's looking more and more like maybe there is a little bit of.
Dear, we don't spare anything.
I mean, I know that Jim Carrey was like a fan, not like a fan of the Sabres as his primary team, but like he's aware of and likes the Sabres and Buffalo culture, so
I hope so.
that's why Bruce Almighty was set in Buffalo. So maybe this made its way into his, into his world.
There's another shoe yet to drop here, isn't there?
You mean to tell me that little tart never did any hardcore pornography? Worked in the Caribbean as a pro or semi-pro?
Make something up, Bill. You wouldn't want that.
It's out of my
Jeez.
hands. What I want is not important. What we're dealing with here is a deadly virus. A virus that has got to be excised before it spreads and infects everything around it.
Yikes.
Yikes! I mean, what do you think this is, Popeye? Now, you've got to get cracking.
Suit
If I
is
go on the air and accuse this woman
amazing.
of
I love
clubbing
this.
baby seals, you've got to be able to prove that I'm right. Is that an apology?
Hell no. I'm just saying we're all subject to moods, emotional highs and lows. And I, for one, well, I'm going to try to avoid those ugly confrontations, which would only be regretted later. But if I hear you talking behind my back, I'm going to slit you open like a bluefish.
3 minutes down, Mr. Bittinger.
Yeah, thanks, Woody.
You know, I'm sorry I couldn't sneak that powder into her coffee, but I think that's a felony in most states.
Powder. I was just thinking out loud.
Damn.
Oh, Lord.
I think that's illegal in most states. Yeah.
Trying to kill her?
You know, I
Trying to unalive her?
never asked anything of you
Something.
before. Well, no, almost never.
Put the borax in her drink?
As important as this. I never got those other things. Except for what's-her-face, which I probably would have been better off without. Listen, I don't know whether the concept you owe me one makes any sense to you sitting out there where you are, but I hope it does. And I hope that you can picture how you'd feel if you had to share that heavenly spotlight with some bimbo from the hinterlands with no talk show experience, no credits, nothing really but a pretty face that she uses to just push her way in and shove old pros like me, and then you just shove us right over to the sidelines. Yeah, I know. It's never happened to you before. Never will. It's happening to me. It's happening to me right now. And if you continue to let it happen to me, I've got to tell you something. It's going to cost you a little bit of credibility with me. As in, is there really a God type questions? And don't forget, I've got a fairly influential little show here. In terms of molding public opinion in and around the Erie County area. So, you feel like making a few points with old Buffalo Bill?
Oh my God, this is Bruce Almighty.
It is.
Fast. All right.
It's the Buffalo Bill song.
Thank you so much for being out on a cold day like this. Welcome to the Buffalo Beach Show. I've got a heck of a surprise for you today. I'd like to introduce an intelligent, beautiful, young co-host who's going to be sharing the honors with me today. Well, not only today, but hopefully from now on. I could go on and on about this young lady, but why don't you just join me now in giving her a warm Buffalo greeting, okay? It's Miss Tamara Brooks. Tamara, is she beautiful? Well, let's
She's
hear
not from Buffalo. Boo. Boo.
Honey, just relax and just talk to the audience. Maybe just tell them a little bit about yourself.
She just burped? What was that? Oh God.
What's she doing? Hacking and gagging, it looked like.
Camera 2, give me a close-up on Bill.
This is not.
I think it's just weird cuts of a couple different takes of her doing what she's doing.
But first, Tamara and I would like to demonstrate the Heimlich maneuver. I know a lot of you probably heard about it, but very few of you have seen it demonstrated, I'm sure. We're going to be doing CPR later on in the show, but that was just my way of showing you how I or you could save a life in the street.
Oh, you're joking? Get out of here.
He says that one time. So.
Terrific.
Okay, folks, just stay in your seats. We'll be right back. Eddie, would you get a glass of water, please? The show's starting just a minute.
Saved your life.
Thank you. Saved my life.
Everything's going to be all right. Just take it easy, all right? Get her off the stage. She's pathetic. I've got a show to do.
Yes, sir.
Is that courage,
Gold.
folks? I call it courage.
It's just,
Beautiful and brave.
isn't that courage?
I owe you one.
We're revamping the show for tomorrow.
Yeah, going back to the old format.
Yeah, well, it's got to be, I guess. I'm a pro. If I have to do it alone, just do it alone. That's my job.
You do it so well, Bill.
Listen, could you excuse us a minute, Tony?
Bill, we're really very busy.
What the?
Coffee. Excuse me. Coffee.
What are you doing?
I just wanted to thank you for the support, baby. Don't think I didn't know you were in my corner. I just came up here to say, it's steak time. Tonight.
What is their relationship?
Okay, fine, dinner. But I promise you that after dinner, I'm going to go home alone.
Fine. Terrific.
Good, okay.
After dinner, we discuss it again. You still feel that way? I have no gripes.
What do after dinner? I'm telling you right now that dinner is terrific, but absolutely nothing afterwards.
Right.
Okay.
Terrific. All right.
Gee.
Tonight? Did I say tonight? Maybe I can switch it. It wouldn't be fair. We're gonna have to rain check it, okay?
Dude's a legend.
Ciao, baby.
Now yourself, Bill.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the director character. I don't know what her deal is.
JoJo?
JoJo. I don't know what Bill's deal is with her. It's a little seems a little unconsensual at times.
It does. It's a weird. It's that because it's the end of that era of because then once the 90s was a little bit that way, but that's where things started shifting as far as you can't just be putting your hands on people. Like,
yeah, right.
Hey, give us a minute and then just stick your tongue in her mouth. Like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah, like that. The other dude in the room there that time, he would have just left and went and like reported it to HR.
Exactly. Yeah, and yeah, it wouldn't have been coffee. HR got it. See ya.
Like, oh, yep, I see.
Yeah, and it's the weird because also her character is playing both the like you disgust me, but at the same time, like I still have feelings for you because obviously they used to date. So like there's something there, but it does present very awkward because Bill is just such a handsy character and like that's his style, but then also like I don't want to straight up say like, well, she's asking for it because she isn't, but there are times where it seems like she's not as opposed as she's conflicted about it. And then obviously, wouldn't you be seeing like, oh, he's flirting with anything with, with a female? Because wasn't he talking about, the Wendy girl, Gina, you call her, because it is Gina Davis. But, like how you said, they said he was taking her out to dinner too, so. Yeah. Maybe she wants to be with him, but she's tired of being like, one of.
Yeah. Probably the case.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was Dabney Coleman.
Yes, Sir Dabney. Not officially.
I was gonna say, do you know that he's knighted?
By me.
He is Buffalo knighted. He's
knighted by the Buffalluminati.
That is true. You're right. I mean, how could you not? It is a great show. A little irreverent, especially for the time. Actually, the shot that I'm paused on now, you can see the outer harbor, but it's not buffalo shaped yet. It's like semi-buffalo shaped, but they didn't quite, finish shaping it out yet for that. But
he's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the timing, the writing on this show is absolutely, yeah, it's just that great 80s sitcom. It falls right into that formula in a good way. And then like just having the, Erie County got a shout out. They could have said, any county. They could have said Buffalo County. They could have said,
I mean, Buffalo is in Erie County.
No, I know that, but I'm saying they could have made it up. And said Buffalo County or something like that. Or Hazard County. But yeah, they didn't. They do keep it correct. And, even these helicopter shots for the credits are shots of Buffalo. So.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us. Anything else on your end, Jeff?
No, I don't think I have much else. I think we should watch some more of Buffalo Bill.
Absolutely.
And, don't forget to hit them socials. Instagram, Facebook. Not Twitter.
Not Twitter.
Don't look for us on Twitter. Matter of fact, throw your Twitter away. That's what somebody said recently.
I back that.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Buffalluminati. Please like and subscribe. We need more subscribers. That's been a very stagnant count. Our views have been a little bit better, but we would love to have some more subscribers as well. And that way you guys get to know what's going on in our world. You'll at least get the little blue button. But if you hit the bell, you get an actual notification that, hey, this episode is up. So please do that. And yeah, great episode. See you on the next one.
Yeah.